So that's probably with the beginners angle covered. But what about just people who want to push it a bit further? Still viable for beginners, but maybe for people who want a little bit more depth and analysis and another way of progressing the game. And I would now recommend this one, 501 Essential Backgammon Problems by Bill Roberty. Now, Bill Roberty, twice World Backgammon Champion, so you're getting someone who knows what they're talking about here. In the back. Also, if any of you are poker players, you may know him from the really terrific books he wrote on Texas, well, co-wrote with Dan Harrington, the Harrington on Hold'em series. Also, Bill Roberty co-wrote those. So what this is essentially is, well, as it says on the book, 501 positions in backgammon where you have to say what you would do. Technically, what move would I make, would I double, would I not? And then there are answers at the end of the chapter, so you get the positions laid out here, nice illustrations. And then after that, the solutions and the analysis of whether you were correct and what you should have done. And this is really great for two reasons. Firstly, you're doing the thinking. You're not just reading it from the book initially. You're doing the thinking of these positions. And it gets you thinking like a professional backgammon player would. You are going through the thought processes that you would have to do in a match to make these decisions. And these positions are very good, not just because they are challenging in most places or instructive, although they are, but they're also tend to be positions that you will encounter during a game. So a lot of books will have very contrived positions that are just to illustrate a point, but these positions that I find in this book are ones that are genuinely ones you're going to come across during play. So you will learn to think like this, and then the solutions will be there with the analysis. There are, if I had to fault it, I would say that the only thing is occasionally the move presented isn't the only one viable in that situation, but they're almost always correct moves, and it's a good way of thinking, it's good analysis, concise but good analysis, and get you thinking very well. And there's an introduction. It covers all aspects of the game from opening to endgame, and different doubling and bearing off and all the usual things, and gets you thinking about that in various ways. And it's just good all the way through, consistently good and challenging, but also informative as well. So that's what I would go for, those two. And they're also, I'm recommending these because they are easy to get. You're not going to have the troubles of trying to go to old bookshops and trying to find books from the 70s. These are readily available on bookshops. And so go for those. So that's my recommendations for a couple of books on backgammon.